Yo guys, welcome to the video. This is Josh or Milky, and in today's video I'm going to be going over something that seems to be quite important because even though a lot of the people that are playing Torchlight right now have come from other ARPGs, it seems like a lot of people have forgotten for whatever reason that we don't measure our success in these games by the raw amount of the general trade currency that drops. It's just not how these games work. You typically have to convert everything you have into the trade currency, and then you can start getting a kind of evaluation of how much you have. But a lot of people seem to think that they're not dropping enough FEs, when in actual fact, you're probably rich. It's just hiding in your stash. So I'm going to go over today some of the trading tips that I used to make over 3,000 FEs trading yesterday, which actually resulted in me buying my Headhunter amulet, which is called Eternity. But yeah, let's get into the video. So coming on into the game, this is my trade tab from yesterday. As you can see, 200 trades. This isn't flipping, this is me simply liquidating all of the stuff I had in my stash, because most people, they'll do a map, they'll maybe drop an FE and they'll be happy. But in the meantime, they've dropped maybe 5 FEs worth of embers and compasses, memory fragments. There's so many things that add up to make you all this currency, and a lot of people just don't realize it. So we're going to go into it in this game. Obviously in the trade house, you do have a very important tool available to you that most people don't seem to know about as well, which is the price checking tool. So if I was to go to, say, these ruling embers, and I click on this button right here at the top right, it will price check it for me. And then I can scroll down here and see what they're generally going for. So you can see here, generally, these go for 0.2 Flame Elementium per. So what you can do is, let's say you have a full stack, or however many you have, you'd go to your trusty calculator. Now, if you want them to sell a bit slower, you can sell them for what everyone else is selling for. If you want them to sell straight away, you would obviously do this times, well, this is quite an easy math equation, but you would do this, and it would be 99 for 19. And then you'd be selling everything for 0.19. You'd be one of the cheaper ones. Obviously, you can't filter for price, but people are still looking for the cheaper sales. This is how I've been doing it. It works especially well for 4 different types of embers. If you have ruling embers, cultivation embers, amplified embers, and then soul burst embers. Those are your best 4 embers that are going to sell all the time, and they always sell decently well. So as you can see, soul bursts go for anywhere, they're about 14 to 100 right now. So if you get a full stack of these, you can just list them up 99, and then you put 14 Flame Elementium here. So that's like what you kind of want to do with your embers. It's very easy to do, and you will be very surprised how much money you end up raking in from this. You can easily make 100 FE just in a day from embers alone. It's kind of crazy. Now, there are some other things where maybe they're a bit less. So if you have a stack, you want to sell these for 5. You can also sell for flame sand. Start of the game, what I was doing was selling 10 of these at a time for like 40 flame sand, which was the equivalent of 2 FEs. And just because of the ratio and people not really realizing that sand and FE have different ratios, I was actually making a lot more money than if I chose to sell these 4 FEs. Right now, it might be a bit similar. People might have cottoned on. But that is another option. If you check the flame sand conversion price, maybe you'd be better off selling in flame sand and then converting your flame sand into FEs. These embers, the tenacities, your mysteries, your essences, they're a lot more cheap. So you're only going to get maybe 1 FE per stack, but you drop that many that it will start to add up. So you want to try and keep this thing ticking over all day. You want to have at least some things in here to make sure you're constantly selling. So what did we say? We said 99 for 19, I believe it was. So we'll go 99, 19, and I have no doubt these will have sold within the hour. And then there are other things, more like high value commodities like acute fossils. Obviously, people don't generally sell these in bulk, but you can get 0.5 each. So what I would do for this is just go 16 and then half it, that'd be 8. Maybe I'll go 1 less if I really want to sell. If not, I just go 8. And then people will pay more because I have more. I have 16, right? So they'll sell in bulk, which is a general principle across all ARPGs. So this is like the obvious page, right? You're going to have all these embers. Most people know this. But then there's other things. Compasses sell incredibly well. If you look at these, 90% drop rarity, they're 0.4 each. This is the general price. So obviously there are ones listed lower, but where everyone is listed is 0.4. So again, you would take your stack, you would do 17, times it by 0.4. We get 6.8, so this would be a bit of an uncomfortable number to do, but maybe we do 16 times 0.4. What do we get there? 6.4. So we could do 16 for 6, and again, I have no doubt these will sell within the hour. It's just if you're the cheapest one and you have a decent amount, they're going to sell pretty quickly. This is the general principle across all ARPGs. And if you went through and you did this for all of your compasses, obviously it's going to take you a bit of time. You're going to make some money. And then we come to one of the big hitters, which is memory fragments. A lot of people don't realize just how much money they have sat around in memory fragments because they hand them in and they forget about the other ones they picked up along the way. But if you look here, we have things like Lost History, which is 10 FEs. We have things like A Terrible Price, which is 20 FEs. All these things add up. Try and have stuff selling in your premium booth or your normal booth. You're going to be good. And obviously I've done it with 99 here. You absolutely don't have to do it with 99. As you can see, I've got 58 here. I did it with 16 here. All you want to do is take your stack size, times it by the general amount that the item sells for, and just subtract a little bit, just to make sure you're the lowest price, and then people are going to buy it because that's just how it works. I hope this video helps. It's a very quick one, but just your success is not measured in FEs. It's everything else you get that you sell for FEs. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.